Gonna get started here, pushing back into your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and just walk out your legs. Exhale, come into plank and flow into your upward facing dog. Looking over one shoulder, the other shoulder, and push yourself back into child's pose. Relax over your legs. Good. Now come up. Just gonna start in a seated position here on the mat. Just roll yourself down, hands behind your head. Just gonna start with some bicycles. So twisting opposite elbow to opposite knee and just twisting, making sure your lower back stays on the ground while you do this as you extend that leg out. Really controlling this movement, exhaling on each movement. Good. Good. You want this movement to be from your core. You don't want to strain your neck too much. Now hold to one side and just pulse your elbow to knee. Good. Just a few more here. Tiny, tiny movement and switch and just pulse the other side so that you're trying to get that elbow as close as you can to your knee. You should really feel this in your lower core. Good. It's a tiny movement. And now we're just going to the center. Just crunch it in. Good. Kind of extend those legs out slightly. You'll feel it more in your lower abs. Good. Hold. And now tap one leg down at a time. Good. Doesn't need to extend all the way. Good. Just one at a time. Just tap it down, keeping those hands behind your head to protect your neck, and just breathing out on each tap. And in. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Good. Just keep going here. Try to keep that lower back on the mat. Good. We'll come up into seated position now. And you're just going to hold your boat pose. We're just going to twist it out with some Russian twists. If this is too hard for you or you feel like there's too much straining in your hips, you can always just lower your legs down. But we're just twisting here and pulse to the side. So hold that twist to one side. Keep your arms in front of you and twist. You can look over your shoulder, look to the ground, deepen the twist. I also like to cross my legs here and switch to the other side. And just feel like it releases my hips a little bit if I just cross my legs. Good. Just breathing here, and I'll pulse in the center. Uncross those legs, and we're just in our boat pose, pulsing back. Good. I know this is really challenging. Straighten those legs if you can, hold, and then lower down. Stretch over those legs, come into a nice little butterfly pose. Good. I'm going to come onto our plank position, flow into your upward facing dog, flex those feet, just stretch it out. Good. Amazing. Push yourself into plank. Stabilize your body. Just come onto your forearm plank here. Make sure your butt isn't too high. Going to come into a pike plank hold. So pushing those hips a little higher. See how I'm really reaching my body back. This isn't a straight plank. We're in a pike plank here. And then just come into your forward plank and pike back. Come into forward plank, pike back. So it's a saw here, but we're extending those hips up, reaching to the sky. Good. Keep this slow and controlled. Exhale, inhale. Good. Exhale, inhale. Amazing. Good. You should feel a nice stretch in your core and in your calves as well. Good. Just a few more here, and we're just holding. And now we're just shifting forward and backwards in our forearm plank. Just a few times here. Try to keep that core really tight. Good. Just forward and backwards. And now we'll twist to the side. Keeping those arms strong, exhaling on each twist. Keep those feet together. If you want a little more stability, you can open those feet a little wider. Good. And now we'll just do pulse, pulse to each side. So twist, pulse, pulse, twist, pulse, 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 twist. Hold, come up into your plank. And we'll just lift that left leg up and right leg up. Left leg up, right leg up. Good. Left leg up, right leg up. Control this movement. Keep your core really tight. Try not to fall too much into your shoulders. And hold and lower yourself down into an upward facing dog. Stretch it out. And just breathe here. Good. Take a deep breath. Push yourself into your downward facing dog now. Stretch it out. Let your body hang. Jump into a seated position and just come on down. Control yourself down to the mat and we'll bridge. Lifting those hips up and down. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Control the movement back down. This is really slow and controlled. It does not need to be fast at all. Good. Good. Lifting up and down. Now we'll lift that left leg up and we'll just pulse. Good. Tiny little movements here. You can straighten that top leg if you feel like it, or just keep it bent and lower down, and we'll switch to the other side. So that right leg is up now, keeping those arms pressing into the ground. Good. Now extend those legs a little bit farther and we'll come into our butterfly pose. So our knees are a bit wider and we're just pulsing here. You can bring those arms up to the sky if you want an extra challenge for your balance. Hold and come on up and stretch over those legs. Good. Just coming into forward seated fold. Flex those feet if you can. Bring your head to your legs. Amazing. Just going to twist side to side here. Just in a nice seated position, just twisting it out. Feel a nice stretch for your back, the core. Just did a lot of core work. It's really good for that upper body as well. All right, just come on to your right side here and stretch out that top leg up and down. That bottom leg is in a 90 degree. You can bring your top arm onto the mat just for a little extra stability. And we're just lifting that top leg up and down. So that left leg is reaching up and down. Try to keep it pretty straight. Good. Lift it up and down and up. And we'll just circle forward 10 times. Good. Breathe here. Amazing. Just make sure you're not falling too much into that bottom arm, and we'll reverse it back. Just 10 times backwards. You can always add ankle weights or an extra weight to these moves. I noticed that if you actually just wear shoes, it kind of adds that extra weight. So you can do this with shoes or barefoot. And we'll top that knee down to the bottom knee and stretch it out. Tap it down and stretch up. Tap and stretch. Use that bottom arm to stabilize you. You can put that top hand on your hip, tap it down and stretch. Tap and stretch. And reach up to the sky, hold and lower slowly down. Good. Twist your body. Reach that arm. Give yourself a nice twist and stretch. Amazing. We'll switch over to the other side and we'll just repeat those same movements on our right side. So, come on down. Using that bottom arm to stabilize you. Reach that leg up and down. Good. You can keep your hand on your hip. You can lower that hand down. Whatever feels good for you. Good. Just reach it up and down. Try to keep your core stabilized in this move too. You don't want to be shifting around too much in your hips. And try to stay lifted in that lower arm. Just reaching it up and down, up and down. Good. Really control this movement. And we'll circle 10 times forward. Good. Just breathing here. You can also come on to lay on your side if that's easier. Reverse it back. You can come on to your elbow and just kind of cradle your head with your hand if you're feeling like a lot of tension in your shoulder. Tap that knee down and up, straighten. Tap it down and straighten. Kind of kick it back. Good. Tap and kick. Tap, kick, tap. You can also flex that foot. Good. Just a few more. Almost done. Good. Kick it back. Good. You should really feel this in your glutes. Good. Kick and reach and lower. Stretch that arm around. Give your size a little twist. Stretch. Release. Good. Come into a nice little butterfly pose. Push those legs down and fold over those legs. Amazing. Kind of stretch your whole body over and come into a little streamline, pressing your body down. Good. Okay. Gonna just come up into standing now. So come on back. I'm gonna come into a nice wide-legged squat here. So those toes are pointed out. Reach your body over, twisting to each side. This should feel really good for the side body. And squat down. And we're just pulsing here. Squat down. Good. You can bring those arms up. You can have them in front of you. Hands on the hips. Whatever feels good. We're going to pulse 5 times. And stretch up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And stretch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And stretch. Good. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5. And up. Good. And lift that left heel up and pulse. Good, good. Just pulsing here. Amazing. And switch to the other side. Just pulse. Those hands on your hips. Hands out to the side for an extra challenge. You can bring them into a nice ballet position. Now both heels up. And just pulsing here. I know this is really hard to balance. Good. Just keep going. And stretch all the way up. Come into a nice lunge. And we'll just pulse it down on that lunge. Just a few here. This is a nice burn for your thighs. Good. Just pulse it down. And switch to the other side. Amazing. Just a few more here. Almost done. Just a few more little exercises. Good. Good. Come into your middle squat and just pulse it out. Good. Keep your core tight, squeeze your glutes, and lift it up. Good. Come on, reach your hands over, stretch your body back, give yourself a nice stretch, and come on down. Forward fold, walk it out in your forward fold, and come on into your down dog. Stretch your body, flow yourself into an upward facing dog, reaching up. Come on to your child's pose, stretching those arms out in front of you. Inhale, exhale. Relax your body down. Good. Amazing. Great job.